All right, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk about the carnivore diet and the changes it's made in my life. And yeah, a lot of people were telling me early on that this was that it was a placebo effect that I was feeling. Well, now that I am over 160 days on the carnivore diet, I can honestly say that I don't think this is a placebo effect at all. Like I really don't. I went from 335 pounds down to 273 pounds, and I feel incredible. I absolutely feel incredible, like every single day, even on my worst days. Like say I go to the gym and I work out, and my body just, that freaking overwhelming pain that you get from working out. Even on like my worst days, when I'm feeling like down, like I'm like, oh my gosh, my body just hurts so bad from all the working out. That's still, I still feel like at least 50 times better, at least 50 times better than I did when I was at the peak the day before I started the carnivore diet. I was feeling bad, and so I want to kind of give you a rundown of all of the symptoms that I was having, that I didn't even realize the carnivore diet was going to take care of all of that. I simply started the carnivore diet to lose weight. That was the main goal of my starting the carnivore diet. Like I went from, I would say I was about 200 pounds. 200 pounds when I was about 34, 35. And then after that, like every year I would consistently put on like an extra 20 pounds or so. Anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds. I was getting pretty heavy. I got all the way up to 335 was the last time that I weighed myself. I probably was a little bit more. I would say, because I didn't weigh myself right before I started, but I remember looking down at the scale one time and it was like 335. So I've kind of just stuck with that number. And, I probably, give or take 335 to 340, maybe even a little bit more. But I've watched that weight come off, and it's interesting because I'm still at 273, but my body looks so much more proportionate now than it ever did before. Like I've got like I feel nice and slender. I'm back into 38 waist, and actually these are a little bit big on me. I went and bought these shorts. These are 38 waist, and there's actually a little bit of room in here. So I'm like, wow, man. So I'm down to 38s. My original size before I started gaining weight was a 34. I was a 34, 36. For the most part, that's the size of pants that I was wearing before. So I am getting closer back down to that. And, like the extra weight that I was carrying in my arms, that I was carrying in my thighs, and my legs, in my gut, in my back, obviously, all of that is it's like it's going away, like all over. It's not just like one part's losing it. It's everything. My legs feel skinnier. When I can walk, I walk, my legs don't rub together anymore, so I'm not going through jeans and stuff anymore. My shoes, even my shoes, they're not falling apart as quick as they used to. And that's crazy. I was gonna wait until the exact 6 months and then like do like another video, but I wanted to do this. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the symptoms that I was having before starting the carnivore diet. That would include having a hard time sleeping, obviously snoring, not feeling rested when I woke up, having to sleep 8+ hours a night and still feeling groggy in the morning. Now that symptom alone, just the sleep thing, if I go to bed at 10 o'clock, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. If I go to bed at midnight, then I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's the time that I usually get up and get started with my day so that I can get to work, all of that stuff. I try to stay on a pretty consistent scheduling. I try to, keep it, midnight every night now. So I've pushed that a little bit further. And before I was going to bed at 10 o'clock. And what that's doing now is it actually gives me extra time to work on the channel, to do some of the other stuff that I wanted to do. I'm able to get that done and still have time. So, but in the mornings now. So before, I would literally get up and I would sit on the edge of the bed. And I'm not joking about this. This is true. Like, I would sit on the edge of the bed and I would literally rock myself like this with my eyes closed for literally like 15 minutes, just trying to get like the flow going in my body and just being like, oh my gosh. And now I sit up, I crack my back, I grab my phone, I read my comments on YouTube. All of that stuff that used to take me 15 minutes just to get going. Now I'm up, I'm awake, I'm alert, I can do that. I'll get up, I'll look at my phone for a minute, then I'll go to the bathroom, I'll come back in, I'll read Twitter or something for a few minutes, and I'm still getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, which is, I don't have to be to work till 7 in the morning, so that gives me 2 hours to like literally sit here. I get up, you know, now I'm going to work at like anywhere from 45 minutes to a half hour early every single day. I'll go there, I'll get ready, I feel energetic, I feel like I'm ready to face the day, and I don't have any of the other things. So other things that would happen when I would wake up is I would get headaches. Like, I would almost seriously wake up with a headache every single day. Not necessarily like migraines or anything, but just like these headaches that were so annoying that I would just be like, oh my gosh, like any kind of like weird sounds or stuff like that would anger me, that would frustrate me, stuff like that was just like, my gosh, man, my head just felt fuzzy, heavy, all the time. And now I just feel alert. Like my brain feels good. My health feels good. I feel like I'm ready to get up and just attack the day. And I don't have that like, I don't know if it was necessarily like depression that I was facing or you know, or mainly like anxiety, but it was kind of depressing, you know, because I wouldn't have the energy, so I didn't want to go and do anything. I didn't want to go shopping with the wife or stay at the store or anything like that. And all of those are like, and I would face those with like anger, you know, like I'd get mad. I'd be like, I don't want to go, or, you know, I've got something to do and stuff like that. When deep down inside, it was just, man, my body just wasn't, I'm 43 years old. You're not supposed to feel like this at 43 years old. And I can honestly say now that, yeah, you shouldn't be feeling like this. The headaches would get so annoying like every day. And so, like I would come home from work and I would just be like so tired and not feeling good that I would literally lay down and take a nap, you know, like a couple hour nap, like almost every single day. Like, I rarely ever felt like I had energy. And now, I do still nap. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I don't nap. Like, I will nap, but it's different now. Whereas before, like I'd fall asleep and I'd be like, oh, and then I'd still wake up and I'd feel groggy after my nap. Now I'll set my timer. You know, and this is like if I had a hard day at work, or I did a lot of lifting, or I went to the gym or something, you know, and I'd come back and I just want to lay down. Well, here's the difference between those naps and the naps that I take now. When I lay down and I try to take a nap, it really is more like I'm just laying down and resting my eyes. Like, I'll turn on Audible and I'll listen to like one of my books on tape and stuff while I'm just sitting there laying there. And then I wake up and I'm alert. Like, I'm just pretty much like, what do they used to call it? Like catnapping. And that's the way it feels now. Like, I'll be able to lay down and take like a little cat nap, you know, and then wake up and then I feel good. Like, I feel refreshed. I feel rejuvenated again. And that's crazy. Like, that's incredible that I can still do that and, you know, be able to feel like more rested. And because now, obviously, you know, if I'm only sleeping 5 hours at night, because that's the max I can sleep at night. Like, I'm up at 5 in 5 hours. And I've been like, this is crazy, man. This has been going on for over 160 days now that I'm getting up after exactly 5 hours. A lot of people would probably consider that to be insomniacs or insomnia or something like that, but it's not. It's just, that's the time that my body needs to sit there and rest. So when I do get the opportunity to come home and take like a little quick, you know, hour nap or something, you know, I set my alarm clock for an hour and I just lay there for a minute. Like, I get up and I feel a little bit better. So technically, on the days that I nap, I'm getting about 6 hours of sleep. Sometimes I'll let it go. You know, I'll lay there for like another hour or so, or at least until my body's like, all right, dude, quit laying down, get up, let's go do something else. So I mean, that's cool. And no more headaches. Like, I don't get the headaches when I lay there. You know what the funny thing is about the sleeping thing is I don't even get the vivid dreams that I used to have. Like you would have, like when you're not getting like good sleep, you'll be getting more vivid dreams, like your brain won't shut off, stuff like that. Now I don't get those vivid dreams nowhere near as much as I used to. Like they are, it's a lot less. Like I really do wake up feeling very, very refreshed in the morning. So sleep is a big one. That is like one of the biggest things that have kind of worked itself out over the last 160 plus days that I've been on a carnivore. Now, let's talk about joint pain. So joint pain and feeling sluggish is something that has pretty much always been a part of my life. Even when I was in my 20s and in my early 30s, all of that stuff, I'd always kind of felt like this little bit of a sluggishness. And it didn't matter, you know, when that was, there was always just that sluggishness, you know, like that joint pain or not feeling 100% like all the time. There was always that sluggishness, which is completely gone now. Even after a hard workout, the next day I'll get up and I'll still have, I mean, obviously I'll have my pain from working out or whatnot, but I don't have that joint pain. I don't have that sluggishness. I mean, like right now, after doing like a really hardcore arm workout the other day, even my joints feel good, but my muscles are like, oh man, like I can feel that burn. Like I can feel that repairing, the muscles, the fibers repairing themselves right now. It just like, oh gosh. But yeah, like the joint pain, the sluggishness, the lower back pain, the upper back pain, the chest pain that I was having from carrying all that extra weight. And that's what it was. The breathing, like my breathing is significantly better than it was before. Like I would walk, you know, across the parking lot at work, and man, my gosh, man, I'd be like, man, I'd start feeling winded. And that's walking on a flat ground. Like going upstairs or going downstairs or anything like that was even harder. Like, oh my gosh. So yeah, like my breathing got better, my joint pain got better, my feeling sluggish is completely gone. Like I feel really good all the time. So yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe this isn't a placebo. Maybe this is just the way your body is actually designed to operate. Other things, like I used to have this like really bad burning in the top of my leg. And I'm chalking that there up to more of like a compressed nerve because of all the extra weight that I was wearing, because that's completely gone. That's completely gone. When I stand up now, because at work, at my job, there are times where I'm on my feet for a long time and I'll be standing there and my leg would just start burning before, but now that's completely gone. Like I chalk that up to probably a compressed nerve because I was heavier. I was packing around all that extra weight that's not there now. And so yeah, that completely went away. So that was another bonus symptom. My feet used to hurt all the time. They don't hurt nowhere near as much as they used to. I mean, every once in a while they still kind of hurt a little bit. Obviously, you know, I'm walking around on them, doing what I do at work and stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, they will still kind of hurt a little bit. So that's not completely solved. But it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Another thing, my shoulder, my rotator cuff. I thought that this shoulder was completely gone. Like I thought it was completely gone. It used to hurt. I would hold it up, you know, for just a few minutes trying to do something above my head and my arm would start hurting immediately. I would be like, oh my gosh. And it would get so frustrating because it would hurt so bad that I'm like, oh man. And like when I'm under a vehicle and I'm up there with my arm up there for a long time, like it would start to get frustrating because it would just start hurting to the point where I'm like, my gosh, man, I can't do this. And now, yeah, that's completely gone. I'm lifting weights, doing all kinds of overhead type stuff now. My arm feels better. I don't got the joint pain in there no more. I've got full range motion back out of my shoulders, out of both of them. This arm is still a little bit weaker than this one. I've noticed that while I'm working out and stuff, due to the fact that because my arm had been messed up for so long, like it started to atrophy more than the other side, because I was putting a lot more of that weight and all of that lifting and stuff on my left arm. But now that my right arm is starting to feel better, I'm starting to get to a point where I'm starting to get that strength back, and it feels good. Like it feels good. Like I can feel it starting to get better, starting to equalize a little bit more. I do kind of work this one out just a little bit more than this one now when I'm at the gym or when I'm here working out. I've bought myself some extra weight sets so that when I don't have time to go to the gym, like a new game comes out and I got to cover it on the channel, and I don't have that time to get over to the gym. I got my weight bench. I got my weights. I got another set of dumbbells coming today, some 40 pounders, because the 20 pounders I'm doing way too many reps, and I want some more weight, so I'm doubling that up so that I can do so that I can start building muscle a little bit faster. Yeah, this is incredible. So some of the other things that were some of the other things that obviously I was suffering from, my teeth would hurt like all the time. My gums would hurt, my jaw, my just like that, like my teeth would always like feel bad no matter how much I brushed them or did anything with them. And now they feel stronger. They feel cleaner all the time. That's like one thing. Like when you're eating meat, like your teeth don't feel all slimy anymore, and they just feel they feel good. They feel cleaner. They feel stronger. My gums don't hurt anymore at all. Like when I'm brushing them, they used to bleed when I would brush them, and I'm like, what the freak is going on, man? Like I brush my teeth all the time. Why is my mouth always in so much freaking pain? And like now my teeth feel healthy. My mouth feels healthy. And that's a good thing, like I can feel like like it's just weird. Like they don't hurt. They don't feel bad. They don't give me issues anymore. I'm like, gosh dang, dude, this is incredible. My skin. Oh, okay. My hands, because I'm a mechanic. I'm always washing my hands. Always got grease on them, everything. My hands would used to crack and break so bad. Like I would get like in my knuckles and my fingers, at the fingertips, all on my underhands. I would just get these sores all over my hands because my hands would be so freaking dry, especially in the winter, that we just went through winter and my hands are not cracking. They are not breaking. My skin feels good. When I do get like a little sore when I jab myself or I cut my finger, like the other day, I cut my thumb on my tape measure, and man, it just heals up so much faster. It used to take weeks for my hands to heal, and now they heal faster. I don't crack. I don't bleed. I don't. This is incredible, my friends. Like, this is incredible. This is not a freaking placebo. This is an actual, real. Like my body's repairing itself, and that's awesome because I treated it so bad for so long. Muscle density. I want to talk a little bit about working out now. Sorry that this video is kind of all over the place, but there's just so much to cram in here after so long. Okay, working out, building muscle, and getting back to the gym. I started going back to the gym at 51 days on the carnivore diet. I was down about 35 pounds at that point, and I started going to the gym to working out. I've noticed that working out and going to the gym and like being able to regain my strength, I feel my muscles, these are probably like they feel hard. Like they feel hard now. I go and I work out, I'll put in like a good workout and I'll get them real nice and sore, and then I let them heal up for the most part. Like I'll let them come back to being, I try to let them heal up, and I've noticed that like putting on muscle on the carnivore diet is actually really freaking pretty easy right now. It's pretty easy. Now I don't know if I would be able to sustain growing muscle after like, I'm done burning down my fat, and after a lot of that other stuff is done. But I can tell you right now that I am gaining some mass. Like I am gaining some mass, and I feel like that's why I'm kind of, I'll get down to like, I'm down to 273 right now, but then, it's been a lot, not necessarily harder to lose weight, but it has been, I've been losing weight slower, and that all started around the time when I started working out, because now I feel like I'm kind of, I'm losing it, but then at the same time I'm building the muscle fibers back, and I'm like letting my, my body's, starting to equalize and come back, which is fine. I I don't mind being the actual size that I am right now, but I do want more muscle definition. I do want my body to look better like it did when I was younger. And I want to build, up like my shoulders and my chest and my abs. All of that stuff, I do want to, to at least have a nicer physique when I'm working out. So there's a good thing, and that's a bonus. Like that is starting to take shape, and like when I'm looking in the mirror and stuff, I can see that the shape is coming back. It's starting to look really good. I don't have man boobs anymore, which I didn't really ever have major man boobs before, but like they don't come out and poke out at all no more. Now they're a lot flatter, which is nice. I like that. And this is crazy, man. This is crazy. A lot of people say that there's like a placebo effect and that it's unsustainable and that it's not doing anything good for your body and you're not getting your nutrients and you're not getting this or you're not getting that. And there's so many people that are on this vegan thing that are like, no, man, meat's bad for you and stuff like that. If you value your health, and you want to fix all of the things, all of the annoying things that your body goes through, like the headaches or the waking up, like feeling bad in the mornings, like having joint pains, feeling sluggish, having your mind feel freaking, sluggish and foggy and all of that stuff. Because I've watched other carnivores tell their stories too. And I'm like, gosh dang, man, like these things are real and they really do happen. And once they start happening pretty rapidly. Like pretty rapidly. Your body will start to transform and you'll gain, like your cognitive functions back. You'll gain control over your body. And wow. Another thing is this like little bump right here is like a benign tumor. I'm going to get it removed eventually. But that there used to burn all day long. Like it just burned. Like there would be like this burning sensation in my arm like all day. Like it was in my leg. And now that I don't have any sugar coursing through my veins all the time, it only hurts when I touch it now. Which is insane. That's insane. My skin is cleaner. I don't get as much acne anymore on my back or on my face or anywhere on my arms. I'm not getting the acne that I used to get. My skin feels healthier. My skin definitely feels healthier. My hair feels healthier. My eyesight. Like I used to get like these like little blurry things. Like when I was looking or something, like I would get like these little blurry things that would be in my eye and stuff, and I don't get those anymore, which is crazy. I'm like, gosh dang, man. Like I don't even. There's so many positive aspects to eating just meat. That you can heal your body. Like you can start to heal your body. And then, cause like nobody wants to just think about eating meat for the rest of their life. Like they don't. They don't. The other day, my kids cooked a pizza and I had a slice of pizza. I ate, it's just like a little small piece. You get them at Costco. They're like these really thin crust pepperoni pizzas. So I didn't really eat a whole lot of carbs, but just the fact that I could eat one of those and be like, oh yeah, I remember the taste of pizza, and feel good, and not feel bad. Like the whole point is to not to ingest a whole lot of carbs or not to ingest a whole lot of sugar. You got to treat it. Once you get your body back to like feeling normal and stuff, you got to treat it like the way it's supposed to, or the way it's intended to be treated. Like if you want a cookie or you want something, you need to learn when to stop. And you need to control. That's the only thing that you need to control putting in your body is like the sweets and the sugar and all of that stuff. Like, yeah, I get it, man. Everybody likes that stuff, but we eat as regular people on the standard American diet, we eat so much of that. It's so much cheaper that we can. The cost of like going to get a piece of meat or going to get a bag of cookies, you're like, oh gosh, man, I get that little piece of meat or I get this giant bag of cookies for the same price. In your mind, you're thinking, yeah, I'm getting a way better deal by getting all these cookies. And the funny thing is like you'll eat that whole bag of cookies and you're starving. You're absolutely freaking starving. But you eat that 8-10 ounce steak and you're like, oh, man, I'm satiated, I'm good. Like, you can go much longer on that one piece of steak than you can that whole bag of cookies. And so you're always feeling like you're starving, you're eating a lot more food. Like, if you like, I want you to really think about this. Think about how many times you are eating a day on the standard American diet. Think about this. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, count every single time just for a couple days. Like, when you get up, just get like a little piece of paper and be like, okay, eating. How many times am I eating today? And you just make a line every time you eat. Put the date and then make a line for every time you eat. Every time you put something in your mouth, write a line on that piece of paper. Because now that I'm a carnivore, I get up, I wait till about 9 o'clock, and I'll eat like my first meal, and that's usually a smaller one. That's usually like because at work, like most of the time I'm at work at that time, 5 days a week. So that is a hamburger patty with a piece of cheese and 3 little strips of bacon that I eat at 9 o'clock. Okay, so that's my smaller meal during the day, and that usually gets me through until I get home. Then about 4 o'clock, between 4 to 6, I will make my steak and my 3 to 4 eggs. And then that's what I eat at dinner. And then sometimes I'll snack. It just depends. Like, if I go to Costco and I get a bag of chomps, these are grass-fed, just salt, just beef, whatever, little sticks. Like, I literally eat like a whole bag of those every time I buy them. Like, I'm just like, whatever, they taste so good, I like to eat them. So I eat those. But I don't snack anywhere near as often. We go to Costco maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks or something, and I'll treat myself to a bag of chomps, and then I eat them. I snack on them. So you'll see. And then I do string cheese too every once in a while. I'll have a couple pieces of string cheese throughout the day sometimes. But you'll notice that you are eating significantly less food, and you're eating smaller portion sizes. After you've been on the carnivore diet for a while, you're not, when you first start, you're going to be hungry. Like, your body needs to replace so many nutrients, and it needs to heal itself. It needs to get fat adapted, all of that. So yeah, you're going to eat a couple pounds of hamburger a day. You're going to eat a bunch of freaking eggs, and I say hamburger and eggs because that's fairly cheap. That's affordable. That is doable. You can do hamburger and eggs, and you can mix those up and eat those together, and you can get all the nutrients that you need from those. Just some extra salt, put some salt on there, and that will help you at least get fat adapted, at least come back to being fat adapted, so that your body will actually start to heal itself and get rid of that. And then you'll notice, if you incorporate some intermittent fasting in there, like you do what I do, you give yourself like an 8-hour eating window, or you can even make it smaller. The smaller the eating window, the more autophagy that your body's going to get, and that's pretty much your body getting rid of like the old cells, eating them, to create new cells and stuff like that. That's the way science explains it and all of that stuff. And I do think that, obviously that makes sense. That makes sense. If your body's always breaking down food, then your body's never healing itself or doing what it needs to do. So you're just getting a bunch of excess waste in your body that's making you sick, that's causing inflammation, that's giving you like joint pain, stuff like that. So yeah, I do recommend like an eating window, and try to stay in that the best you can. Some days you're going to mess up, some days you're not, like whatever, life gets the best of us all the time. You're not always going to be able to hit that eating window. Don't stress out. And then once you get to where I'm at, maybe you're at a point where you're like, okay, man, I didn't make my eating window, so might as well see if I can make it to my next eating time without eating. I've done that a couple times, and it's actually fine. Like, your body will be fine. Like, you don't have to feed it every single time, but it does kind of help to feed it every single time, at least in the first while, so that your body gets used to that. And then once you do get to a point where you're like, okay, so because sometimes I'll forget to eat. Like, I'll forget to eat. Like, on the weekends, I'm not really good at sticking to that window on the weekends. I will go pretty much all of Saturday or all of Sunday, maybe eating once. Like yesterday, Saturday I'll go to my wife's store and I'll throw the truck for her and stuff. So I'll I'll go to like stop at Wendy's or something, and I'll get me like 3 sausage patties, 3 eggs, and 3 pieces of cheese, and I'll eat that in the morning. And then, dude, I didn't even eat again until like 7 or 8 o'clock last night when I decided to get up and make a ribeye. So I'm like, Yeah, you'll be able to go a lot longer without needing to eat, which is cool. Like that's cool. Like I said, get that little piece of paper and mark every single time you eat while you're doing standard American diet. And then hang that on your fridge, for before you start the carnivore diet. And then, like 15, 20, 30 days, whatever, into the carnivore diet, when you start to, taper off and you're not eating as much, you'll see that like, wow, dude, I ate twice today and I didn't feel hungry. And then you'll compare that to every time you were eating, or you needed a snack, or you needed something to feel good, or you wanted something to eat. Wow, it is such an amazing thing. And then you can start to see how much money you're actually saving by going to a carnivore diet, which in terms is kind of minimalistic because you don't need to eat all the time. And once you see how much energy, like your energy levels are and are pretty consistent throughout the day, you'll start to understand that like, wow, dude, this is incredible. Like you're saving money, you're eating less, your body's looking better, your body's feeling better, your mind feels better, your sight feels better, your joints feel incredible. And then you're going back to the gym and you're working out and you're doing something, a little bit more constructive. And for men, you will start to notice like your testosterone levels coming back. You will, like, you'll have that man rage. You'll be able to push yourself a little bit harder. Last Sunday, we replaced our whole front door on the house. We went over to Home Depot and that thing was like $200. I brought it home. We got back at 6:00 at night. And I was like, yeah, we'll just wait till next weekend. Like next Saturday, we'll go ahead and do it. It'll be warmer. It was snowing that Sunday. And I was like, babe, let's just do it. Let's just do it. We got it done in a couple of hours, man. I threw that door in, got it all freaking nice. And oh yeah, just a couple of hours, man. Like my man rage was back. And I'm like, yeah, we can do this. And it's cool because once you get that back and once you feel like that, man, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to be able to do the things that you didn't want to do, and it's not going to seem like, oh man, there's not enough time in the day. You're going to feel like you're going to be able to do things and it's going to be good for you. It's going to make you feel better and you're going to have a lot of fun doing that. And then once you get to a point, because like I said, nobody wants to sit and think about having to eat meat forever, but I really do feel like eating meat is the most optimal diet for any human being out there on the planet. It really is pretty dang good. But once you get to a point where you're healthy and you're happy, then you can try, adding maybe like some of your vegetables back in there. Obviously there's oxalates, there's all kinds of like poisons and whatever that are in that kind of food, that people are finding all the time. Obviously, like the fertilizer and all of that stuff that's obviously going to be on there. I'm not saying this to scare you, but I mean, you've been eating this stuff for a long time, but test them. Test each one of them, like maybe you say, oh, I want some broccoli, test it. See how it makes you feel after eating that broccoli. If that broccoli brings back joint pain or it brings back like your stomach feels unsettled or any of that kind of stuff, cut it out. Don't eat it. Like if it affects you negatively, and you'll know this immediately. Like you'll know immediately once you eat something if it affects you. Like you'll know immediately and you'll be like, okay, yeah, I don't want that. And then you'll feel, and then you can go back to just feeling better. Like you'll know, like your body feels fine tuned on a carnivore diet. It really does. Like you feel fine tuned, like you feel 100% with your whole body. So like you'll know when you put something trash in you, like you'll know. It was funny because that piece of pizza that I ate the other day, it didn't affect me at all. Like the tomato juice, the tomato sauce, the thin crust, any of that stuff, it didn't affect me. Like I felt okay. I didn't have any issues with that. I didn't feel my sugar spike or anything like that, but I didn't really, seriously, I didn't eat enough to like really probably do anything. If I would have ate like half that pizza, then maybe I would have felt something. But yeah, like you can treat yourself, maybe still be able to taste some stuff, but I don't know. Like I like the way I feel on a carnivore diet, so that's why I keep doing it, because I feel incredible doing this. So all right, my friends, if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Once I get to 8 months or 6 months, I'll make another one of these videos. I'm just trying not to overwhelm anybody with this kind of stuff on my gaming channel, but I do want to make these videos so that you can understand how to feel good about the carnivore diet and, see if track some of this stuff to see how it's working out for you. So, all right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.